Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Jerry Ohm Dodge in Tampa, Florida, and guess what? We have one muscle car of an SUV. This is a 2020 Dodge Durango SRT. Let's talk a little bit about Dodge history. Dodge has been around since 1900, if you could believe that. The Dodge brothers starting this iconic brand, and I think today in the 21st century, no other brand is associated not only with muscle cars, but with muscle power. And underneath the hood of this Durango SRT is gonna be some muscle V8 goodness. 392 cubic inch, 6.4 liter, lots of performance with all-wheel drive. So let's go ahead, dive into this Durango SRT and really see why it is one muscle car of an SUV. Right off the bat, very mean, very wide, aggressive look, especially in the black. Larger headlight housing, and I think that just plays into there hasn't been a major redesign of Durango in a couple years. I expect this to get slimmed down, but that would be a zonk. It's a very large headlight housing. I wish it was just a little bit smaller, but you do have your daytime running lamps. I like the Dodge logo inside. You drop down and guess what? No fake vents. Top vent is for flowing air. Bottom portion is your fog lamps. Really nice look. I like the way the front fascia kind of extends. You don't have any tacked on low lip spoiler or split or anything like that. As we come across the grille, really think that the shape fits the front end of the business spot on. You got your SRT logo. What does that stand for? Street and Racing Technology. That is the arm of Dodge that does all their high performance stuff. I love the open design here. We drop down and you get the same grille pattern, all flat black. Like I said, low and wide for an SUV. We pop up onto the hood, SRT specific hood. Hood scoop, this is not for show, it is also for go. It's not a pencil box. You're gonna flow air in, drag air, hot air out of those heat extractors, because remember, hot air robs us of power. Look at all the great lines. These are muscle car lines in this Durango SUV. Now, as we come around the bend, you're gonna see some big changes that SRT has done. Feast your eyes on these 20-inch wheels. Love the design, fits the black perfectly, even around the fender treatment here. No flat black, it's all painted, 20-inch wheel, 295 on the width, 45 series, and this is all-wheel drive. Look at these guys right here. That's like the size of Ronald McDonald's head. 6-piston Brembo caliper, gonna grip down on those rotors that I swear that came off of my mother's table for Thanksgiving. That's where we had the turkey sitting. Fully slotted. When you see slotted rotors, that's for dissipating heat, because heat robs us of horsepower. Heat also robs us of braking power, but total performance setup here, because it's not just about going fast in a straight line. Eventually you're gonna have to brake as well. As we work our way down the fender, they kept it simple, just 392 cubic inch engine. Remember, this is a Mopar product. Motor parts, that's what Mopar means. Many people live and die by the phrase Mopar or no car, and this Durango SRT slots perfect into that. You can see the LED trim on the turn signals here, on the mirrors, everything blacked out, door handles, everything. You have a nice tough body line that runs all the way around the bottom portion here, really gives some great character. We keep working our way back. Large quarter window, gonna help bring light into the back of the Durango. And then you can see just how the flared out fender look coming around the rear. And then you're gonna have LED on your taillights, your Durango badge, and then I love what's happening here, the Dodge logo with the number 4. Like I said, this has all-wheel drive, get the power to the ground, slash cut, oval exhaust tips, gonna give a nice V8 growl. You got the SRT badge, and this has towing capability, which is gonna surprise the heck out of you when I tell you about that. But why don't we go ahead, pop the hood of this Durango SRT and check out its muscle. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on this Durango SRT. What are we talking about? We're talking about that Hemi engine. 392 cubic inch, that's a 6.4 liter, 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 in this thing, around 4.6 seconds, quarter mile in 13.2 at 103 miles an hour. And I mentioned towing earlier, you could tow up to 8,700 pounds. If you're gonna zonk this thing, I guess the zonk comes in MPGs. I hope Dodge is gonna give you a gas card, because you're getting 13 in the city, 19 on the highway, and it weighs around 5,500 510 pounds. What I love about this hood is definitely you can see the functional heat extractors. You can see where that air is coming in from the front. And then who doesn't like a large 6.4 liter engine? I wish though, where I'm gonna zonk it, a little too much black. Dodge is synonymous with orange. I would like to see a little bit of orange in here, really brighten it up, but definitely the 392 really is hitting a home run with that. Why don't we go ahead, fire it up, and see what this Durango SRT sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Durango SRT. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, if this thing has a lot of performance, all-wheel drive and horsepower, definitely has to have a high price. MSRP is right at $65,000. Let's see what you get to the money. Now, on the door panels, you are getting soft material. You're getting a little bit of silver trim. I like the leather and the contrast stitching. I just wish there was something going on with that speaker cover, so I am gonna zonk that area. As we go from the door panel to the dash, still that same soft material. I like the nice chrome shiny trim. Even this silver material has a nice look to it. And then that's gonna be our 8.4 inch Uconnect system. Really love how easy it is to access your ventilated seats, heated seats. You can get into SR mode, which is really quickly, really nice touch. If you don't like touching the screen, the good news is you have your good old fashioned radio controls and your AC controls, dual climate control, all those good pieces, and of course the SRT button, launch control, and shut off that pesky traction control. 2 USBs, an aux jack, and a 12 volt, and plenty of space here for Tootsie Rolls, whatever you need. 2 cup holders. This is that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, and of course the SRT logo on the key fob. It has remote start. You click it twice and you could open up the rear hatch. Armrest is at a perfect height. I love the stitch work. You open it up, you got a nice place for your phone. You're not gonna scratch the 32 cameras on the back. You flip it up and then you can put your Twinkies in here and it's felt lined, so you're not gonna scratch those either. And there's a 12 volt inside, which is really great. Seats, love the material, the Alcantara, the stitch work, the leather. This one has the optional red seat belts. That's like $95. And then you're gonna have full power for both passenger and driver. I just wish at this price point, zonking the sunroof. No sunroof what to be had, but the good news is you got plenty of headroom and shoulder room. Let's go ahead and check out the business end. All right, guys, business end behind the wheel of this Durango SRT. I like some of the little touches. If you look closely, you can see the nice trim down below with the SRT badge. And then with the Durango SRT, you're gonna be able to position the seat perfect for your body to rip down the drag strip. You have your lower bolstering, back control, and bottom, all full electric assist. And then the best part is the steering wheel. The thickness is spot on. I love the crisscross pattern of the stitching. A little bit of flat silver is kind of cheap, and I'm gonna zonk that. And the paddles, it's interesting because they kind of moved them up, but they're still not full paddles, and I wish that they were longer and actually made out of metal, so that's gonna be a zonk. But it all is controlling that 8-speed, ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Dash is really, really wild looking. So you have an analog speedometer, analog coolant and fuel gauge, and then a digital tach in the center that you could actually scroll through different information that will display in the center of where that tach is. Very, very nice touch. The only thing that I'm missing in here is a sunroof. I think at over $60,000, there should be a panoramic sunroof. You are getting the red seatbelts. This is an additional add-on. Not too expensive, but you know what? It would be nice if there was no cost with this. Why don't we go ahead though? We talk about sitting up front and ripping down the quarter mile. Let's see how your passengers are gonna be loving it in the back seat. All right, guys, mid-road time in the Durango. That's the best part of this, is not only you're gonna be able to take 4 people, but you got some room in the back as well. Really like the setup in here. You have the captain's chairs. I like the Alcantara. The stitch work is very, very nice touch. My only zonk for the back seat here, the mid-row, is the plastic. This should be all leather. So that to me is a zonk. And you have those cargo nets, which feel kind of cheap. You do have a very nice rear command center here, AC vents, 2 USB and heated seats, and a home power source, nicely placed. You got your 2 cup holders, a place for your Tootsie Rolls and whatnot back here. You could actually have large drinks. The challenge is the armrest. They're a little bit on the smaller side. For a muscle car SUV or a muscle SUV, these should be muscle size. Now, the seats do actually recline, which is a nice touch. And then of course, we're gonna show you that third row and see how usable it is. Up top, you do have 3-zone climate control, and they actually very smart to put the controls for the AC up in the ceiling here rather than fill that area up with any more stuff down below. But let's see how usable that third row is as you're going down the drag strip. All right guys, time to jump in the back seat. The way that you do it, or the third row I should say, is you pull down and then there's a red tab here that you're gonna pull up on, and the seat moves out of the way. A little bit of a landing pad. I would like to see that be a little bit larger, but we're gonna go ahead and squeeze into the back. And the wonderful news is, actually not too bad. It's a little tight on the ceiling side, but my legs are not too much in my mouth. Overall, it's a little claustrophobic, but I think somebody who's a little taller than 6 feet tall, like I am, would have a better opportunity of feeling comfortable back here. I'm gonna go ahead and move the seat back into position. And you can see that I have plenty of leg room. The challenge is there's no USB back here. There's only 2 plastic cup holders, so that to me is a zonk. But other than that, not too bad. Let's go ahead and check out the cargo area and see how much space we have. All right guys, time to check out the cargo area in the Durango SRT. We push the button. It's got a pretty good speed to the opening. It's a little on the slower side. The great news is even with the third row up, you're gonna get plenty of room back here. And what you can't fit on top, check out the amount of storage. You could literally take 13 boxes of Twinkies and put them down there without an issue. Now, if you want to get the seats down, it's real simple. You're just going to pull up on that handle and they're going to fold. Obviously, that seat's a little back. I'm going to go ahead and move it real quick, but just to prove to you how easy it is for that to go down. And then you can see total flat from back to front. Even with when we put down that other row, you do have a 12 volt, which is a nice touch. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and take this Durango for a spin. All right guys, we're in the Durango SRT. This is actually my first time driving a Durango, period. And what a great experience to do it in an SRT, street and racing technology. Definitely lots of racing technology in this thing because of that 392 cubic inch engine. Right away, so smooth, obviously, as you would expect in an SUV, and this thing is SUV with extra muscle power. What I love about it, it's naturally aspirated. No supercharger, no turbocharger. We're going over some bumps here. It's shaking us up a little bit, but you know what? Nice and tight and solid. That's the feel that I'm getting being behind the wheel of this Durango SRT. The dash layout, it's clear. You got the tack smack dab in the center. You could go through a ton of different information underneath that. And then you have the speedometer over to your left, but who cares about the speedometer? We're not worried about that right now. We're definitely gonna get on that loud pedal and just experience what the all-wheel drive system's all about. Get that traction to the ground and shoot off like a rocket. That 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen, real easy to get to. Seats are comfortable and supportive. That's one thing that Dodge definitely does extremely well. Their seats are so comfortable. A lot of times though, I would like a little bit more bolstering. That's what would really make more sense to me. But overall, this thing is really awesome. Looking out the back windows, piece of cake. Side windows are great. Let's see how she accelerates, shall we? On throttle, where we go. So that ZF8 speed going through the gears, super smooth. It gets the traction to the ground. There wasn't one hint of any type of traction loss whatsoever. Really, really mind-blowing how much performance can be in an SUV this size. Plus I got, you know, the wonderful, nice ventilated seats on, and it's feeling really, really good in here. I think we need to do that again. Let me look around, make sure the coast is clear. All right, this is for you guys. On throttle. Really, really amazing. I'm sure you can tell in the video that the nose is going right to the sky and you are launching like you're being launched off an aircraft carrier. That is pretty impressive, like I said, in this Durango SRT. Nice feel to the steering. I would like a little bit more weight, and the paddles are kind of that's where I'm zonking, is just they're in the weirdest place, and they're small. They're smaller paddles, so I wish it was just a little bit larger. But overall, the ride quality in here is really nice, and I'm quite shocked how quiet the cabin is. That's even the more wonderful thing about this. A-pillars, it's almost like you could see how they took a sledgehammer and made them wider. Nice, wide, and open in here. It would be nice at this price point to have a panoramic sunroof, so that is still another zonk for me. But boy, if you want performance, those 6-piston Brembos, they stop you on a dime and give change back to everybody. It really, it's like, that's how you can pay for this vehicle. It's like, just stop, just keep stopping. Because every time you stop, you're creating all this extra change because you're stopping on a dime, and that's gonna help you pay off your Durango SRT. Armrests are at a great height, soft material, the dash is nicely done. I think this is really for somebody who wants that naturally aspirated beast, but yet needs to haul a bunch of people. Think about it, you could load this thing up all 3 rows and then launch them with the all-wheel drive and 485 horsepower from that 392 cubic inch engine. All right guys, making a U-turn here, easy peasy, back on throttle, here we go. I don't know if I'll ever get bored of that. This thing, I'm telling you, it's like, have your Challenger or your Charger and also have this. I think that's the best of both worlds, or if you're able to swing it. Think about Demon in the garage, this as your daily. Sign me up. Mopar, no car, I guess, huh? But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what the Durango SRT is all about. We're gonna get back to Jerry Ohm Dodge and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right guys, been another great day here at Jerry Ohm Dodge in Tampa, Florida. Definitely gotta thank J-Ron and the rest of the crew. It shows that Dodge is really still bringing the muscle, not only in the Challengers and Chargers, but also in this Durango SRT. If it's cars like these you want to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, helping us in this high pressure situation. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.